Welcome to the Above Board Chamber. I am so excited to have everyone here today. We're going to have so much fun. We got an amazing panel because I am known to be a panelist snob because we want the best and we have picked the best and individually picked every single one of them. And we have the best MC over here too who's taking notes as we're speaking. We're very excited about that. So how many people are here for the first time? Raise your hand. Welcome. We are so excited to have you here. At the Above Board Chamber, just to let you know, what we do is panels of experts that teach business topics. Our goal, basically, is for you to come in the room and meet them in a nice manner, not somebody that's going to push a business card on you, somebody that gets to know you. They want to know who you are as a person, and then they'll find out what your business is, and vice versa. But our biggest goal at the Above Board Chamber is when you walk out that door, that you learn something. And that's very, very important to us. So we work very hard each month to make sure our panels and our topics are something that's going to help your business grow and you grow. So we're very excited about today's on HR. So we've been working on it for a while and we're very, very excited about it. We still have somebody, wow. Joe DeSantis, stand up. Where are you, Joe? Joe, see this guy back there? Put the napkin down, no napkin in hand. He just completed an Ironman. That's I'm sorry, Joe, but that makes you the coolest man in the room today. It just goes without saying. Oh, you did not do it? So I have to do this again in 4 weeks? I'll do it again in 4 weeks. But we are proud that you are looking to do that. So that's a big deal. We're very, very excited about it.
They've been sexually assaulted. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm honored to be here. So PBS Contractors is a full-service general contracting firm. We approach it a little bit differently. Our purpose statement is to build better lives for our team, our clients, and our community. So it kind of ties into the theme of HR and what we do and how we approach that. So we are Florida's only trademarked concierge builder. There's a lot of builders out there that use that term, but we are officially the ones that trademark that. And our philosophy is to anticipate challenges when they come. So when you think about everything that's been going on, I'm sure your organizations all are challenged by the same thing when it comes to staffing and supply chain and making sure that you have the resources that you need to be able to perform your organization's goals, and that's kind of what we do.
Well, we're excited to have you as sponsors and learn a little bit about your company.
Thank you so much. It's incredible to be in this room with so many colleagues of ours. It's always been a joy to be part of this organization and to have up here, and thank you for saying that, Trace, because PBS, we're just going to have a little PBS moment here, not only what they do for the community, but here for HR, that component of it, how they work with their team and what they believe about their team is a model for all of us. So I was so excited to see that you guys were on the panel today. Thank you for that. And Karen, I've got to get a shout out to Karen too, because Karen has helped us manage our growth with our team members. Going into, like, who knew?
But Karen, as many of you know, Karen Shepard is the owner of HR by Karen, and also the immediate past president of HR Collier. In other words, Karen is not just a human resources professional, she's a leader in the HR community. So any of you have at least one employee, then you need someone like Karen in your life on your quote-unquote board of directors for those moments when you need something related to HR. But let me tell you what you really need to know about Karen.
Oh, Dad.
Karen and I share a philosophical alignment, I'll call it, that our mission, our why, is to help small businesses. And there are three things that stand out to me about Karen. One is that Karen leads with courage. Karen had the courage to launch her own business. Karen constantly invests in herself to build new skills for herself, which translated to new services for you as her client. And she has the courage to open her wallet and invest in our community with countless nonprofits and other sponsorships in our community, and just volunteering her time. Secondly, Karen is a giver. Karen, if you don't follow Karen on social media, you're really missing out. Karen gives of herself every week with her free videos that are inspirational, motivational. You don't want to miss those every Friday. Karen gives free resume writing classes, free interview skills building to students and other professionals. Karen gives her time in terms of free monthly webinars. The last Thursday of every month, you can lock it in on your calendar at 8 a.m. Karen's going to be live on a webinar that you can join, and every month there's a different topic. So even if you don't have Karen in your back pocket yet, you can get Karen's knowledge for free because, like I said, Karen is a giver. She's also giving of herself by putting on a regional job fair coming up in June, and I know you'll all be hearing a lot more about that momentarily in the coming weeks as we get all the materials out about that. And then thirdly, and most importantly, Karen delivers with heart. It's not just a tagline for her business that it's HR from the heart, but her infectious energy and enthusiasm will permeate your company's culture and inspire and motivate your employees that she gets to work with. So Karen may not be my top producing revenue client, but nevertheless, Karen is a great client. And she has earned mind share with me to become a brand ambassador for her as a result. So I'm very proud to reciprocate that and welcome Karen Shepard to our panel today.
I think he needs a bonus.
I've like totally lost all my thoughts. That was so beautiful, Randy. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, really.
That was love. And that's what the Above Board Chamber is, loving each other and being there for each other and promoting each other. So Randy, that was beautiful. I don't think you could top it.
No, I can't.
Okay. Okay. Is there anybody in the room that doesn't know Michael Wynn? Okay, that's really good. Everybody knows. Michael is amazing. He is the president of Sunshine East Hardware, which everybody knows. But he's more than that. I don't have anything written down. I'm just telling you. He's more than that. His stuff written down has been on all over social media. He's a man who has passion for things, for people, for businesses, for the environment, for finances. I mean, there isn't anything he doesn't give 100% to. If Michael says he's going to do something, he does it. If you call him up, he answers. And he helps get things moving on. And everything he does with top professionalism. We are proud to have Michael as part of the Above Board Chamber. He's part of our executive council, along with Ms. Vicki Tracy, who's sitting over there, because they make the Above Board Chamber better.
Our topic today is landmines of neglecting human resources. And you think about landmines, you step on them, what happens? Pain, suffering. So basically we're saying if you don't listen to the great counsel of these panelists today, pain and suffering will follow. So hopefully you're going to take very good notes. We're going to learn a lot from these great panelists today and avoid any of those painful mistakes. So I want to make sure we get as much time as possible to being able to learn from these people. But we've had two people already introduced as sponsors, but just briefly, Karen Shepard, I didn't know about your In the Know 8 a.m. Last Thursday of every month broadcast, so we're going to definitely stay in tune for that. And then Tim Dupree with PBS. I guess this is your day. We get to all falling all over you. PBS is our preferred contractor as well. We've done multiple projects with them. The latest is our Founders Square location, which is opening in the next 7 days at Founders Square, and they have just been an absolute fantastic organization to be able to work with. And we also have Damian Taylor who is also on my speed dial, and Damien is who we use for all of our employment law issues. Fortunately, we don't have to call him too often with any major issues, but rest assured, if there's anything that we are not 100% sure of when it comes to the law, a sticky situation, or if we have the inevitable lawsuit, Damien's the one that we turn to and helps keep us in good stead. And then also, we have John Huffman. Now, John is president and CEO of HollingerJobs.com and David J. Hollinger Associates. And his group provides management and operational consulting along with high-quality talent acquisition to major insurance firms in the U.S. They began in 1970 and are entering now their 53rd year of providing these services to the insurance community. So, we have offices in multiple states and obviously have a tremendous amount of value, not only to bring your clients, but all of us here today. So thank you all for being with us today and giving of your time. So let's go ahead and get started. We're hoping for the best, but every once in a while we end up with some toxic associates. Can you talk a little bit about how you handle and recommended best practices for handling difficult or toxic associates?
So it's a little bit of a reoccurring theme of what you've heard the rest of the panel say. When it comes to the documentation, just make sure that it's frequent and thorough. I'm sure we've all interviewed somebody and we know when we're in that interview, we're presenting ourselves in our best light to the potential employee and they're doing the same thing to us. And it doesn't matter whether you do predictive index or DISC profiles, that's the person on paper, and we really don't see who the true person is until around 30 to 60, 90 days. So I think it's important to just make sure that you're really trying everything that you can in your organization. If you're not doing team interviews, that's something that we do. Our interview process is multi-layer, and we actually do debriefs as to see, hey, did you observe this? No, I didn't see that. So it's twofold because you get different perspective, as well as that new employee is also getting exposed to other members of the team. So there's a better sense of camaraderie when they join the team. But the number one thing is to just make sure you're addressing it consistently, frequently, and make sure that that is documented.
Holding either federal income tax or what we refer to shorthand as FICA, that's Social Security and Medicare taxes. The employer is neither withholding those taxes from the employees, or the independent contractor's pay, excuse me, nor is the employer having to make matching contributions to the IRS for Social Security and Medicare taxes. There's just no issue of overtime. Independent contractors are not covered by the Fair Labor Standards Act. So there's no requirement to record and report the hours worked on a daily basis by an independent contractor. There's no requirement to pay an independent contractor extra if they work more than 40 hours in a week, regardless of whether they would satisfy an exemption under the Fair Labor Standards Act. The independent contractor is not covered by most employment laws in this country. Title VII of the Federal Civil Rights Act, the ADA, the ADEA, the Florida Civil Rights Act. There can still be limitations on how a company treats an independent contractor, but by and large, those employment laws that we all worry about complying with as to our employees just do not apply in the case of an independent contractor. And of course, those are reasons why many companies like the idea of treating individuals as independent contractors. And there's too often a temptation to do that when the classification just really doesn't fit.
Great, thank you so much, John.
One of the things that's been happening, and I think you could attest to this, is that the IRS has been slowly eliminating the statuses of independent contractors and limiting what you can actually do and call an independent contractor. And that's probably a good thing for a lot of folks, because it was greatly abused.
What would you say is kind of the secret sauce to you help retaining, or do you help see your clients retaining their associates, then when it bounces to culture, that you tend to finish up?
I'll tell you, the secret sauce to retention is proper onboarding and hiring. If you're not doing the assessments, if you're not doing the background checks, I will share that there was a case just last July of a cable company who owed $7 billion to a family, and I did billion, $7 billion, because the cable man came in, murdered the person, and if they did an employment verification of this employer, they would have known their resume was false. So I'll tell you, retention is all about proper hiring, the onboarding, and what Tim said, the engagement. It doesn't stop after 3 months of employment. After the introductory period, you have to continue to keep them engaged. It's so important.
Thank you. And so on that note, Tim, how do you keep your team engaged with a focus?
The general consensus, if they're not getting any feedback, they're going to assume that they're doing a great job. So, and everyone, no matter what level it is within the organization, positive reinforcement goes a long way. So it doesn't need to be anything extremely formal. It could be a short little email that just says, hey, I noticed what you did with Mrs. Smith today, and that was awesome, you're a rock star. I'll give a little shout out, kudos to our chief of marketing. She's very frequently handing out gold stars to people when there's something that happens, and it's literally just an email with a gold star in the signature. And those little things are so personal that it really helps keep that culture strong. And don't forget to have fun. I mean, we're out there, we're doing this as a way to provide a career for our team, to provide some services to the community, and it is a job, but let's not forget to not have a little bit of fun while you're doing it.
I just got a couple more minutes of your time. I just want to thank everyone for coming. And what I tell my panelists each month, that when God brings us into the world, He gives us gifts.
We love the Above Board Chamber.